Hello guys of the CRAA-Nation, this is Sean here. Today we're going to do a bit of a vlog video, a bit of a talk, and it's going to be based around the fact that Marvel have recently had a slump of comic sales, and I'm here to talk about possibly why that's the case. So first off, let's kind of talk about why I think personally the slump of sales has begun. I think it's because they've tried to push characters on us that we have no connection to. So this started slowly with female Thor, and it kind of grew and grew and grew. Now, nothing wrong with female Thor, and nothing wrong with other characters like Riri Williams. Apart from the fact we knew nothing about them. They were characters pushed onto us out of the blue, out of nowhere, and we had no clue who they were, why they were there. We didn't know anything about them, we didn't know if they were funny, we knew nothing. And that is why I think, personally, when they introduced these new characters and didn't give us the old characters, we as the readers just went, no. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a huge Iron Man fan. I've bought 2, maybe 3 issues of Riri Williams' Iron Man comic issues. I'm not connected to her, and that's personally why I think sales have dripped. Because they've not just done that with a few, they've done it with a few as Cho as the Hulk, the new Nova Corps. I've done it with a few of them. Anyway, so Marvel, and I think the backlash of this, Marvel released a statement, and I think this kind of goes back to as well what really didn't help the issue was when Marvel released their statement. Now the VPs released a statement stating that they blamed the drip in sales due to diversity. They said, we, the readers, weren't ready for diversity. And that's a drop in sales. And that, I think, angered a lot of fans and readers as well, because we love these characters, we adore them, we've grown up with them. We've been introduced to these characters over years, we've read them for years, we've followed them, we've adored them. For some readers, they're father figures. They teach us role models, they teach us how to act, they teach us ways, morality. In some instances, with some people, they have like a sort of mimicking effect, where they get so much into a character, they kind of start becoming that character. So, a good instance is people who absolutely adore Iron Man, myself. I found myself, like accidentally, trying to become more like Iron Man. I found myself wanting to be smarter, wanting to be more critical. And that's what I think angered the fans about the statement that Marvel made. Now, since then, the VPs have retracted that statement. And I think the quote was, what we heard was that people didn't want any more diversity. They didn't want female characters out there. That's what we heard, whether we believe that or not. We saw the sales of any character that was diverse and any character that was new. Our female characters. Anything that was not a core Marvel character. Core Marvel. People were turning their nose up against. That was difficult for us because we had a lot of fresh, new, exciting ideas that we were trying to get out, and nothing really worked. It wasn't your ideas, guys. It was the way you pitched the ideas to us. When Iron Man became Riri Williams, what stopped me reading wasn't the fact it was Riri Williams. What stopped me reading is I knew nothing about this girl. I didn't know if she was big-headed, I didn't know if she was very strong, I didn't know kind of she was funny, I didn't know, much actually about the character herself. I knew she was a genius, and I knew she didn't have much money, and I knew she took over the mantle. That's it. What kind of family does she come from? What's her background? Why is she so focused on being a genius? Why does she want to take on the role of Iron Man? Or why does she want to do that? Or Ironheart as it is. Why does she want to take on that responsibility? Tony was very clear. Tony has a reason for wanting to be Iron Man. He got captured. He got taken hostage. His heart got practically destroyed. He had to survive. He had to kill terrorists to get his way out of there. He had to. He had no choice. He had to. And we followed him through that journey. We followed him through his alcoholism. We followed him through this, and we grew to love the character to what it was today. So when me, an 11-year-old boy, in 2002 picks up his first Iron Man comic. And there's so much, backstory to the character that I can get behind. It's easy for me to pick it up like that. It is. And when you bring a character like Riri Williams, and over the space of 3 issues, 3 Civil War issue, the final 2 issues, and then I think it was the final issue of the actual Iron Man before the Civil War stuff. 3 issues. Okay, we had a glimpse of her technically in the one before. 4. Push. 3 issues. Iron Man, Tony, gone. Riri Williams in. And Doctor Doom. And it wasn't just Iron Man, it was any of these new characters. So, brings up to the point, it wasn't your ideas, guys. It was the way you pushed them across to us. By all means, give me Riri Williams, yes. But have Tony show the ropes for a year. Have us learn to love this character. Learn to love Riri Williams. Throughout this year she's with Tony, put her through her own arc. Red Hood is a perfect example. DC, Red Hood, perfect example. They brought in Tim Drake Robin, and fans didn't like him, to the point where the fans voted to kill him. Learned through that, brought him back as Red Hood. He then had characters in development, and now Red Hood is one of the most popular characters going. Arkham Knight, New Injustice, own series, it's just... Yeah, Batman vs Red Hood, it's just... And DC have already learnt this lesson, comics DC have already learnt this lesson. And I think Marvel now, it's your turn. And that... So guys, that brings me to the end of my little rant of what I think the reason and drop of sales of Marvel Comics is. It's not your ideas, guys. Your ideas have actually been pretty sweet. Introducing a new character taking the mantle of Iron Man. Fair enough, you've got your movies to push. But make us love them first. Peace out, may the power protect you, always.